बहादुरी का तो पता नहीं, बट एक बहुत प्यारी सी स्टोरी है, बहुत मज़ेदार स्टोरी है, एंड आई थिंक बहुत लोग रिलेट भी करेंगे इससे, और बहुत ही पॉपुलर कल्चर स्टोरी है, आई थिंक लोग इन्जॉय करेंगे।
और ऑडियंस से किस तरीके का एक्सपेक्टेशन है अबाउट योर बुक?
वो तो अब ऑडियंस ही बता सकती है, बट आई होप अभी तक तो अप्रिसिएशन बहुत अच्छा है। अभी लास्ट वीक ओनली आज इन शारजा, वहाँ पे उन्होंने मुझे बुलाया था एक लिटरेचर फेस्टिवल के लिए, अभी कुछ और लिट फेस्ट में जा रही हूँ बुक को लेके, तो बहुत मज़ा आ रहा है। आई थिंक जितने आप अलग अलग लोगों से मिलते हैं, अलग अलग बातें सुनते हैं, तो अलग अलग चीज़ें यू नो उनको छू जाती हैं। आई थिंक एज एन आर्टिस्ट आपका काम है सिर्फ अपना काम करना, और अलग अलग लोग उससे अलग अलग कुछ चीज़ें उठाते हैं, उनको कुछ अलग ही दिखता है।
बट कोई ऐसा बुक में कोई ऐसी पॉइंट जो आपको बहुत पसंद हो?
अपनी बुक में मतलब अपने मुँह मियाँ मिट्ठू कैसे करूँ मैं? मुझे तो पूरी बुक ही पसंद है, बट आई थिंक आई होप यू रीड इट, यू टेल मी व्हाट यू फील।
बट मैंने एज अ समरी पढ़ा है, एज अ
आप पूरी पढ़ो, बहुत सिंपल सी किताब है, आप 2 घंटे में पढ़ लोगे मुझे लगता है। कहाँ तक आपने पढ़ाई की है?
आई एम अ ग्रेजुएट।
In what? In what are you graduating?
जर्नलिज्म।
जर्नलिज्म, अरे लवली। कहाँ से किया?
मुंबई,
तो फट से आप तो 2 घंटे में ऐसे ही पढ़ लोगे, आपको तो होगा, आपकी रीडिंग स्पीड अच्छी होगी ना।
डेफिनेटली मैं रीड करूँगी। लास्टली कुछ कहना चाहें आप ऑडियंस को?
Already, as you are an artist doing acting,
जी।
what made you inspired to write a book that too an accidental superhero? So,
I don't know. I think these were just stories in my head. I think I just wanted to write somebody who was more like me out there. You know, I think that was the idea, and I love the idea of a misfit saving the world. I think that idea fascinates me. I think we all have grown up on a diet of very like Avengers style superheroes saving the world, but I feel like no, somebody can be a little crooked and little off and little like perhaps not even likable and can still save the world or make a difference.
so this time for film industry is always it's been adaptation. Things are going on. Are you expecting any kind of eruption or have you already
100%. From your mouth to God's ears, I think that's the idea. The idea is to convert this into a book or into a film or a series.
Since we are at literature festival, what are your thoughts about the literature? How much you enjoy it, and are you excited for any sessions happening here at Chamber Doll?
There's a great session happening today. There's an actress, she's an author called Huma Qureshi. I think you should check it out. It's quite fantastic. I would highly recommend it. I think she has some interesting things to talk about.
Thank you. सवाल छोटा सा, ये जो आपने बुक लॉन्च करी है कितनी भाषाओं में लॉन्च करी है?
कितनी
भाषाओं में आपने?
भाषाओं में
लैंग्वेजेस?
तो अभी तो अंग्रेजी में है, बट एक हिंदी में इसका एडिशन आ रहा है।
जिस तरह से हम फिल्म रिलीज करते हैं अलग अलग भाषाओं में।
जी, अब अच्छी बात यह है कि हमको हिंदी का एक पब्लिशिंग हाउस से ऑफर है, तो एक हिंदी में डेफिनेटली जल्दी आने वाली है, और होपफुली बाकी भाषाओं में भी जल्दी आएगी।
ओके, और आपकी कोई नई फिल्म आने वाली है, उसके बारे में कुछ पता है?
सब वो तो आधा घंटे का इंटरव्यू होना पड़ेगा उसके लिए, बट काफ़ी सारी नई फिल्में आ रही हैं, तो आई होप यू विल कीप वॉचिंग देम एंड सपोर्टिंग मी। थैंक यू।
थैंक यू।
How much in your right now? Thank you, ma'am.
On your birthday, I love your nails.
Oh my
Well
God.
done.
Neat.
You haven't gotten anything done to them this time. You had black nails, no? And I made you like, ah. It was your birthday, wasn't it? Nice. When was it?
It was in 2022.
What day?
31st of
Jan.
You were hung out there.
I was there. Was you downstairs? Yeah. Just see, I got mine done. Very nice. No, I love that. Remember your nails. I forgot your name.
My name is Adi.
Adi. Okay, now I remember. Okay. How do we start this?
Look center.
Center? Are we doing picture? Oh!
फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल गुड टू सी यू प्राजक्ता।
Thank you so much. I'm very happy to be here.
या क्या कुछ कहना चाहेंगी आज आप बुक के बारे में कुछ बताना चाहें अपने?
मेरे लिए ये बहुत ही ज़्यादा मॉन्यूमेंटल इवेंट है, बिकॉज ये मेरे लाइफ का पहला लिट फेस्ट है। मेरी लाइफ की पहली बुक है जो अभी तक रिलीज़ भी नहीं हुई है, पर उसके बारे में बात हो रही है। आई एम वेरी हैप्पी कि आई गेट टू बी हियर विद हार्पर कॉलिंस, विच इज़ वन ऑफ द पब्लिशिंग हाउसेज जिनके इतने सारे बुक्स पढ़ के मैं बड़ी हुई हूँ, तो मेरे लिए बहुत स्पेशल है और थोड़ा ओवरवेलमिंग भी है, तो थोड़ा नर्व्स हो रहे हैं, बट आई एम हैप्पी टू बी हियर।
वाह, जैसे कि हमने आपकी एक्टिंग देखी है, बट सडनली एज अ ऑथर बनने का डिसीजन कहाँ से आया, यू नो?
एक्चुअली राइटिंग हमेशा से करने में बड़ा मज़ा आता था। मैं पहले ब्लॉग्स लिखती थी, उसके बाद मैंने जितने भी मेरे यूट्यूब वीडियोस के स्क्रिप्ट्स वगैरह होते थे वो मैं जब लिखती थी, तो मुझे हमेशा सबसे एक्साइटिंग पार्ट ऑफ कंटेंट क्रिएशन मेरे लिए राइटिंग होता था। तो जब लॉकडाउन में अचानक से बहुत सारा टाइम मिलने लग गया, घर बैठे थे ना, तो आई वांटेड टू राइट लॉन्ग फॉर्म, कि मुझे ऐसा था कि फ्रॉम अ क्रिएटर मेरा एस्केलेशन क्या हो सकता है। तो मुझे ऐसा था कि गट्स हैं तो नहीं, बट कोशिश करनी है कि आई वांट टू राइट अ फिल्म और आई वांट टू राइट अ शो, यू नो, लॉन्ग फॉर्मेट लिखना है, एपिसोड्स लिखने हैं। तो ये जो आइडिया है बुक का, वो मैंने एज अ शो एक्चुअली सोचा था कि इसका एक शो बनाऊंगी, बिकॉज आई लव रोमांस। और मुझे लगता है कि एज अ रोमांस फ़ैन उतना रोमांस देखने को नहीं मिल रहा, तो आई वाज लाइक ओके मुझे बनाना है, आई वांट टू सी व्हाट आई कैन डू। तो वो एज अ मैंने कहा था कि इसके लिए ना राइटर्स रूम वगैरह नहीं करेंगे, मुझे ये देखना है इफ़ आई कैन वर्क ऑन दिस बाय माई सेल्फ। तो मैंने शुरू करा लिखना, पर इससे पहले कभी शो लिखा नहीं था, तो ऐसा तो नहीं है कि बैठो और स्क्रीन प्ले टाइप करना शुरू कर दिया और आ गया। सो मैंने कहा चलो आइडियाज़ लिखना शुरू करते हैं, तो छोटे छोटे पैराग्राफ्स मैंने लिखना शुरू करा और मैं अपनी टीम के साथ शेयर कर रही थी, तो टीम कह रही कि ये तो बुक जैसा नहीं लग रहा। मैं कहा लिखूं, कह रहे ट्राई कर ले। और मुझे पता है कि किसी भी तरह की अकाउंटेबिलिटी मेरे पे नहीं आएगी अनलेस आई अनाउंस इट टू माई ऑडियंस। तो लास्ट ईयर मेरे बर्थडे पे मैंने अनाउंस कर दिया था, मैंने कहा चलो आई एम राइटिंग दिस बुक। उस टाइम पे तो कोई सीन भी नहीं था, आई डिडंट इवन हैव अ पब्लिशर ऑन बोर्ड, एंड दैट्स व्हेन HarperCollins रीच्ड आउट एंड आई वाज लाइक ये तो बड़ा सीरियस हो गया, अब तो ख़त्म करनी पड़ेगी। सो आई स्टार्टेड राइटिंग इट इन अप्रैल लास्ट ईयर एंड आई फिनिश्ड द फर्स्ट ड्राफ्ट इन अप्रैल दिस ईयर, एंड तब से एडिट्स वेडिट्स पे काम चल रहे हैं। एंड मुझे ही कभी कभी नहीं लगता कि शुरू करी और ख़त्म भी हो गई। तो लेट्स सी, रोमांस फिक्शन, हाँ जी।
तो उसमें से कुछ बताना चाहें किस तरीके की है कहानी और था?
वो तो मुझे पता नहीं मैं कितना बता सकती हूँ, पर अवनी एंड अमन की स्टोरी है एंड इट्स सेट इन बॉम्बे। इट्स कॉल्ड टू गुड टू बी ट्रू एंड इट्स इन माई हेड इट्स अ वेरी ऑर्डिनरी स्टोरी। मुझे ये स्टोरीज़ बड़ी पसंद आती हैं जो बड़ी सिंपल रिलेटेबल होती हैं। तो मैंने अपनी बुक पढ़ ली होगी 60-70 बार कम से कम पिछले 1 साल में, तो जितनी बारी मैं पढ़ती हूँ ना, मुझे सबसे ज़्यादा अच्छा ये लगता है कि इट्स अ वेरी ऑर्डिनरी स्टोरी, बिल्कुल। और मेरे बस की भी है नहीं कि कुछ एक्स्ट्रॉर्डनरी लिखा जाए या कुछ ऐसा लिखा जाए जो मतलब वाह क्या सोचा है कवि ने, ऐसा तो होगा ही नहीं। तो आई लाइक दैट इट्स अ वेरी सिंपल वेरी ऑर्डिनरी स्टोरी अबाउट दीज 2 ब्यूटिफुल पीपल इन बॉम्बे। एंड बाकी तो अभी चलो बताते बताते फिर बहुत ही ज़्यादा बता दूंगी, तो इतना।
How you ended up at LitFest and with your book and what we can expect in the session?
In the session again talk about the book. मेरी book actually pre-order पे जा रही है। ये कब रिलीज़ होगा?
ये
आज ही रिलीज़ होगा शाम को ना, मतलब सेशन के बाद ना। तो मेरी बुक एक्चुअली प्री ऑर्डर पे जा रही है 5 दिसंबर को, जो मेरे लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट डे है, क्योंकि उस टाइम पे आप क्रॉसवर्ड्स पे या अमेज़ॉन पे मेरी बुक को प्री ऑर्डर कर सकते हो एंड देन इट रिलीजेस व्हेन इट रिलीजेस। तो उसके बारे में बात होगी, इन जनरल स्टोरी टेलिंग के बारे में बात होगी। आई थिंक आज के सेशन में वी आल्सो टॉकिंग अबाउट हाउ आई हैव बीन चेंजिंग लेन्स विद द काइंड ऑफ क्रिएशन दैट आई हैव बीन डूइंग। सो या
Okay, lastly, Literature Fest is here. What your thoughts about this kind of Literature Fest and how much you enjoy as a person?
मेरे लिए जैसे मैं कह रही थी इट्स वेरी मोन्यूमेंटल बिकॉज द लास्ट टाइम आई वॉज एट अ लिटरेचर फेस्ट आई कम एज अ रेडियो इंटर्न एंड आई हैड कम टू इंटरव्यू अनंत नीलकंठन, जिन्होंने असुराज लिखी है, जिन्होंने आई मेट अमीश त्रिपाठी उस टाइम पे। और मेरे लिए एज अ बुक लवर आई हैव बीन रीडिंग ऑल माई लाइफ, आई लव बुक्स। वो बहुत स्पेशल था। तो उस टाइम पे मुझे ऐसा लगा था कि एक दिन
मेरा भी आएगा,
जाएंगे लिट फेस्ट, और ऐसा नहीं लगा था कि इतने जल्दी हो जाएगा, बट सो इट्स वेरी स्पेशल फॉर मी टू बी हियर।
थैंक यू मैम,
थैंक यू।
I used to get like your first, second prize in school for various things I wrote. But when I think I was about 9, I tried to write a book for my brother as a birthday gift. And I showed it to a cousin of mine, and my cousin said, you can't gift it to him. So I was like, why not? He's like, because every 2 pages someone dies. Oh. So I had to abandon the book, and then it got lost, and now I regret it because I could have been.
You would read or talk to people or take a nap. Did you use that time to write?
No, not at all actually. I wrote bulk of this book during COVID. I've journaled a lot, so I've been journaling I don't know, for the past 15 odd years, and I journal quite religiously. That's one thing I do, and I feel it really helps me sort of connect with myself. So during COVID, I was going through all these emotions and feelings, like all of us did. I didn't know how to channelize it. There was nobody was working, and out of those journals came this book. Really, so I call it my freestyle way of writing. You know, almost like vomiting on paper and then figuring if this material makes any sense.
So what came first? Did Ziba the character come first? Did the world come first?
The chicken or the egg?
Yes.
I don't know. What do you think?
I've heard you say that I didn't write her; she just wrote herself, and Ziba popped into my head. And
100%. I don't think anybody can create anything original. I feel we have to allow it to happen to us. I do believe that. I believe that in my acting work. I believe that in my writing work. I feel sometimes you just have to get out of the way. And sometimes when the world around us is there, we're just mediums of interpretation. You just interpret. Like, you know, I mean, you and I can look at the same glass and see it half full or half empty. But it's about like just having the courage to express it as authentically as you can, only the way you see it.
And who was the first person who you sort of showed the first draft to and said, I think I might have a book here?
Surprisingly, Deepa Mehta. I'm quite close to her. We did a series called Leila, and we've been chatting and jamming ever since, and I do love her. And I remember sending the first few chapters to her, and she's like, of course you can write, I've been telling you and you should do it. And I was really like apprehensive, but she really like, cheered me, and she's always been in my corner, so I think I would have to thank her. And then many other people, a friend of mine called Bilal, Sarita Tanwar, they all have been telling me to write for the longest time, and I've been like, really? Can I just jam with another writer? Like, okay.
Would you, I don't think you would ever be open to someone ghostwriting it.
Not at all. I have such control issues, even my Instagram I handle personally. Like, forget writing a book. Hey, that doesn't mean you can DM me, or maybe you can.
But you know, when you read the book, you do actually get a sense of your voice, like Huma's voice, because all of the characters have a little bit of you in them. Were you, as you started writing, were you like, oh my god, all of them are sounding a little like me? Or you were happy to let that happen?
No, actually, I don't think they all sound like me. They all are me, but they don't sound like me. So interestingly, for those of you who have not read the book, each chapter of the book is a different character taking the story forward. So if one chapter is Ziba, the other could be the mum, or the father, or the great Khan who's the evil dictator, or Khairun. And all of them take the story forward. They're all a first person, and the reason for that was I'm an actor and I can always think in terms of characters, and that comes far more easily to me. And I didn't want to get caught up in this whole structure of how to write a book. I wanted to be more like personal in the sense, what is also my style of communicating, and I think that is how I've worked on this.
I was going to ask you how come different chapters have different characters' point of views, because it is very intriguing and it is unique. Another part that is very intriguing is the fact that there are little almost post-it notes which are notes from you to the reader.
I mean, just to give you an example, the first post-it is something like this, which basically after giving like a bit of a story about the stories about my superpowers, the fable Hodi speaks Zaza, where I shall also eventually confront my destiny. Yes, I am Ziba, an accidental superhero with a hijab for a cape. And then the post-it says, everything you will read in the following pages is fiction. Do not believe anything you read here. Just because something is written does not make it true, right?
Why did you want to communicate that?
I think I got scared. What if you took me seriously?
Right. I know that there's a bit where you describe what the hijab actually means to women and why the hijab first came in, and you write and say this is the character's own interpretation, and do not think of it as the final sort of word on Islam. Again, a little bit of people shouldn't misinterpret what I'm saying.
I think for me, in all of this jargon, what really gets lost somewhere is choice. I think it's a man and a woman's choice with what they do with themselves and their bodies and what they choose to believe. And somewhere in all this big debate, we sort of move very far away from that. And for me, religion is about my interpersonal relationship with God, and nobody gets to define that or interpret that. And that's the beauty that we all have that choice. And I feel like that is the lens with which this book must be received.
And you haven't had people who are perhaps not as liberal be offended or say something to
I've
you?
never had anyone be offended by this book.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, that's been the beauty. In fact, I was just in Sharjah about a week ago
I was going to ask you.
for the Sharjah Literature Festival, and the love I got there was just so immense and so beautiful. And it was really special to be in Sharjah with Ziba. So I think the world is ready for a female Muslim superhero, guys.
Now that you do mention a female Muslim superhero, what about Miss Marvel?
What about her?
She's
She could totally jam. I mean, she can be my guest. But I mean,
You weren't worried about the comparisons because she
But they're
is
very different. They're very, very
Yes, they
different.
are, they are.
They're very, very different.
One of them is a kid and the other one is still
30
not yet a
years.
grown up.
Not yet a grown up. Refusing to grow up. Like the Peter Pan.
Yes.
Like the female Peter Pan.
But you're not bothered by the comparisons. Oh, fantastic. I must ask you, I usually get fascinated with why authors use the names that they do. Are they some of your favorite people in the world, favorite names?
It's my favorite alphabet. You know, do you guys remember a movie called Mask of Zorro? Yeah? I saw it as a kid, and I remember like Antonio Banderas with that sword just doing that Z thing, and I was like, that's so cool. So I always was like, if I have a child, I'm gonna call her Ziba. But I got the book before, so the book one.
Your first child
My
is
first
Ziba.
child, yeah.
Yeah. And the other names and the make-believe kingdom of Khudir, it sounds like Afghanistan, but it isn't.
It's like Abu Dhabi and Nepal had a baby. You know what I mean? Like, Khudir is that place. It doesn't exist. It's this totally imaginary place up in the Himalayas somewhere, which is oil rich with the evil king, and how that would sort of affect the geopolitical things in that region. And yeah, it's completely make-believe. But I thought it'd be fascinating for Ziba to be from there, to avoid also any kind of comparisons. It's just completely fictitious. And of course, the idea is not to like caught up in specifics, but to tell a more universal story. I think that was the idea, that everyone can relate with.
It is, because there's a lot of it that is familiar, and a lot of it that is a little bit unfamiliar. And I'm like, okay, it does sound make-believe, but it sounds like a place I'd like to visit. So well done, you.
Because there's Beyonce there performing, so
She
she
does.
does perform.
She does, and there's also Bollywood. Yeah. Was the Bollywood reference just for fun because you're an actor?
100%. Yeah, why not? I mean, books are also like reflections of how you see the world, right? How can I not interpret that? But also like, it kind of, you know what the reference is. It kind of lends itself very beautifully.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. Tell me if there were daily hours that you set yourself, because the hardest part of writing, as a lot of authors may have told you today, is the actual writing, the sitting every single day and setting targets. Did you have to do that? Did you follow that?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta write every day. That's what I would say. You have to.
Have to.
Every day. Yeah, I'm one of those people. Like, I wish I could be one of those, that I will, when inspiration strikes and like it happens. And no, I think I'm not as talented. I just need to be more disciplined. So, like, I feel there are far more many people with better book ideas and more talented with maybe something far more important to say. I just have the discipline. And which is why I feel if you just have the discipline and you just like strong about it and like focused about it, you can do it.
And so every single day you've set out to write, how much of it got retained?
20%.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of it you throw away, a lot of it you cancel, a lot of it like, it doesn't make any sense. It's quite frustrating actually, but it's also very, very rewarding.
I mean, that's a reason most people don't write, because
It is, but it's
the
also like,
self-doubt.
listen, it doesn't exist. Something just exists in your head. Pen to paper, or like type out some words on a screen, and then another person reads it and they feel something, or they feel the same thing. And I'm like, that's pure like creativity. That's also human connection. I feel like if just some words on a page can make you feel something, or transport you to another place, or a time, or make you feel more heroic, or make you feel like you have control over your destiny. Isn't that amazing?
It is amazing. And why set it in a superhero space? Why a fantasy book? Is that a genre that you grew up reading?
I mean, I read a lot, and I do read a lot, but I feel like, I don't know, I think, like I said, because it's a product of the COVID times, maybe it just felt more appropriate. Rather than to wallow in the misery that surrounded us, I chose to imagine
Offer
a
escapism.
better, yeah, you just choose to imagine a better reality, that a better future is in place. I mean, that's the way I look at it. Whenever I feel like life, like you've hit rock bottom, I'm like, okay, the only way to go is up.
It is.
Yeah, so fantasy fiction hence lends itself perfectly.
So is Ziba the Accidental Superhero book one of perhaps a continuing series?
My publisher's right there, what do you think? Oh, she nods.
She's nodding.
So can we talk about the check now or later? She's saying later.
And do you think it lends itself to maybe, I don't know, an adaptation film?
I would like it to be. I think that's the idea, the intention. So I'm manifesting it in front of you all. I would love to see Ziba into like a big superhero film or a limited series. Why not?
And would you play Ziba?
I mean, if they offer, sure. I'll have to read the script, you know.
So, what did you grow up reading that influenced you to take up writing?
I don't know if I read to take up writing, but I read a lot, like Enid Blyton, J.K. Rowling, all of it, the usual Famous Five, Nancy Drew, Agatha Christie, Jeffrey Archer, whatever. You just kept reading. I don't think I was a very discerning reader. I would just read whatever.
Do you remember who introduced you to your first book? A lot of us have that memory, right? That favorite aunt, like parent, someone who gives you that first book, and that's it. That's your association with books for the rest of your life.
No, I don't remember actually. We always had books in the house.
Always in the house.
Yeah, so I think my mum, perhaps. But I do remember my favorite memory would be because after a point my reading speed really went up. So we were only allowed one book every week from the school library. So I would have to like get a friend to, you know, let me borrow theirs. And then I would go to the Sunday market in Palika in Delhi, where you bought books by the kilo. Because they have these old second-hand books that you can actually buy, and I remember going there and being like, okay, let me get the entire stack.
And how fast would you be able to finish a book?
Pretty fast.
Pretty fast. How fast do you think people would get through yours?
A couple of hours maybe, I don't know.
Couple of
How
hours?
long did you take?
I did not take a couple of hours. I took a few days. And I blame it on today's time and age where we've kind of lost practice of reading. And you have to really, like, I really want to read and I'm going to read. But I did. I wanted to thank you for bringing me back into the world of books. It is a quick read. It is an easy read. It is very surprising. It's witty, but it doesn't have a climax. But you kind of know the end. Because
It's a happy ending, guys. Let me say.
It is. So, I'm sure there are budding writers in the room. What would you tell them? Write that book.
Yeah, just do it. I mean, I sound like a Nike ad word, but yeah. And they're not paying me for this, huh? So. But just do it. Like, seriously, there's no other way around it. I wish there was a shorter cut. I wish there was an easier way to do it. There is no easier way. No one's going to come and do it for you. If you delay it today, it's not going to happen on its own. That's just the reality of it. Adult life is hard. It sucks. You got to do everything on your own. So if any young writers are out here, I can't really tell because of the house lights, but like, try not to grow up. That's my first piece of advice. But if you really must grow up, then just try not to take yourself too seriously. And just do it. Just put your head down and do it. And don't think about like what the results are going to be or how is it going to get received. You feel something, try and express yourself as authentically and as respectfully as you can. That's all that I say.
I think that's fantastic advice.
And follow me at your own peril.
You're very inspiring, even on Instagram. Yes, absolutely. And very real. And your book is relatable because it's a lot of you and it is very real and it's good. All right, we're now opening it up to everyone here. Would anyone like to use the opportunity?
There's a hand there and someone there. Yeah.
Yes, we have excellent acoustics at the NCPA. We should be able to hear you.
आपकी आवाज बहुत बुलंद है, आप
बिल्कुल
चिल्लाइए। अरे वाह, कहाँ से?
I'm from a place called Udaipur on Madhusregan Highway. Been in Mumbai for the last 7 years. I worked for USSA. Read a lot of Urdu literature and later I graduated to English. I was looking for mentor somewhere new. And from there the thought comes, do we look at the vernacular translations of Zeba to cater to a larger audience?
Would you like more vernacular translations? Is that what you're saying?
That's it. Like, you know, they kind of, I haven't gone through it, but whatever I could pick it up, it looks to be, must be a phenomenal piece. So why not, like, you know, non-English readers also?
I think we do have a Hindi offer to for Hindi language, and we're discussing others as well.
Nice, nice. That'll be good, I think.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
तो सवाल नहीं था, सजेशन था। नहीं वो भी ठीक है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, हम सजेशन ले लेंगे।
नहीं, ज़्यादा मेरी पैदाइश से बचपन से उर्दू से जुड़ा हूँ। Even though I come from Jammu, watched a lot of PDB, and my literature, this thing started with Kishan Chandra, Saadat Hasan Mantu, and then later the English came in. So maybe I was relating it to those people while you talk.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
All the best.
Anybody else? Sorry, the lights are
The
blinking.
lady there.
Ah, right here. Acha, I'm up.
Hi, I'm Falguni, and I'm an editor. I have worked on around 100 books in the last 4 years. And I want to know, how was your editing process like, conversations with the editor, and what went in the story and what was removed out of the story during that process?
What was removed? Thou shalt never know. I must confess, I remember telling my editor that, you know, when the document came back the first time, and I called an alarm saying, what the hell? Can I not even punctuate? I don't know if any of you know what those drafts look like. They're just covered in red.
I was going to ask you if it comes back in red.
It comes back in absolute red, and I was like, what? And then they have their little suggestions of how you could do lines differently or whatever, and that just was like,
It triggers the worst memories of school.
basically. And you just like, and then you go like, so I want to be a writer, I can't even punctuate, like, that maybe I should go back to school. But no, it's a very, very humbling process, extremely humbling process. A lot of stuff gets thrown out, a lot of stuff is just repetition. And I think, you know, jamming with your editor, it really makes a difference. I mean, I must tell you this, that so when I wrote the first couple of chapters, and I sent it to both HarperCollins, my publisher, and to another, who shall not be named, publishing house. And of course they were keen, but their approach was more like, hey, you're an actor, of course we publish your book because a few of your fans will read it. But Harper's really pushed me. And they were like, send back feedback, and were like, oh, this doesn't work, and can you make this better, and you know, all of those things. And I feel that has really helped me and the book find its true voice. So that process has been really beautiful. So whether it was Swati earlier or Paulumi later, I mean, they've been really like special.